Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2018 with my very good friend, Mr. Christopher Patton.
Hi, what's up?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right. So it's been quite a long time since your last time here at Ohayocon. It was all the way back in 2009. How's it great to be back after 9 years?
It's a little surreal because I forgot, for some reason, that Ohayocon was a big con, and it's gotten bigger. So it's surreal, and it's the last time I was in Ohio, I was here to ride roller coasters, not to do this. So now I'm here and like, oh yeah, I have to do like work things. No, but it's fun. It's fun. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I was a guest at like one of the early Ohayocons, and then a few years, and then I took a long time off, and now it's like, wow! I just signed a massive autograph line. Oh, not massive. It was big though. What am I talking about? I don't know.
Alrighty. So we're going to go right into voice acting. You're best known for voicing Greed in Full Metal Alchemist. How's it like to have so many fans stick with you from all the way back then, going forward, and going through the rest of your career, knowing that they found you as Greed?
That aspect of it is annoying. I'm just being really honest. Okay. It's wonderful, but the important thing is you're asking about the longevity of fandom, and that's really cool. And like the fact, it's weird to be at a point in your career where you're considered like a veteran. Yeah, that's very strange. But the whole Greed thing, I've gotten a little like chafed about because I feel like I've done so many more important roles and roles that covered a much broader acting spectrum and a larger character arc, and every now and then though you have to kind of like suck that up. Shut up, Tatum. And just realize that a lot of people are going to know you for one or two or three big roles, despite the fact that you've played like 500 people. So it's frustrating, honestly, after all this time to, like I just got through signing, and it was actually refreshing that as many people wanted Greed autographs, a lot of people wanted Oikawa from Haikyuu and Cliff from Fire Emblem Echoes, but this does speak to the question about fandom longevity. A lot of people were having me sign stuff from like pre-Full Metal Alchemist, and I was like, whoa, what? Yeah. And they didn't even look old enough to like. You must have been a little bitty kid when you were watching this, so because we're talking like, this is my 18th year in this industry. So I don't know. Greed is sort of like the gift that keeps on giving, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. I know it's a really important show to a lot of people.
Alrighty. Yeah. Now, your good pal, Mr. J. Michael Tatum over there.
I love Tatum.
He's going to get roasted tonight. No. How's it going to be?
Really gay. Like, it's going to be so gay, and amazing. I'm not on the dais.
Really?
Yeah, he asked me to be last night, and I'm like, I've had no prep time. But I said, since I'm not on the dais, I am going to come, and I'm going to sit front row, and y'all can all go hardcore on me. And I know they will, because last time when I was here for Matt Greenfield's roast. I got roasted harder than anyone up on the dais, including Matt Greenfield. So I'm ready. So tonight's going to be super gay-tastical and amazing. Yeah.
Alrighty, and I hope to be there as well. Yeah. So at one point in your life, you wrote a few books and got them published. How did that go for you?
That was weird. I still write. I just don't. Now I write. I tend to write like screenplays. So I tried my hand at writing. I wrote a young adult book about vampires, and I was like, I just had this, I don't know what was possessing me to like feel like I had to tell this story, but and at first I tried to go the route of self-publishing, and that was very unsatisfying and awkward because I'm bad at self-promotion. But then a small publisher picked it up, and I was like, okay, yay, I don't have to think about this anymore. And it was supposed to be part one of a trilogy, and I never finished the trilogy. So the main consequence and fallout is that I still get asked when I'm going to write the next 2 books. I'm like, I don't know. Probably never. Probably. So yeah, it was but I have discovered just over the past couple of years that I'm much more of a writer than I ever thought I was, because I spent so many years sort of wrapped up in acting and voice acting that I forgot, oh wait, you're actually you're a writer and a director too. Like I direct now pretty much just as much as I act. Okay. So yeah.
I think that kind of leads into some of the questions. So again, another show that I love is Full Metal Panic, and it's now being re-released again. So what's it like to have more fans be able to check it out? I mean, to be honest with you, knowing like you personally, and then like knowing that character, it's just the best thing in the world. So it looks like now having more people be able to chance to see it.
Yeah, I'm much more excited when people remember me old school from Full Metal Panic than Alchemist, because that role was sort of like my breakout, and it's pretty dear to me. And yeah, Sosuke is 100% not who I am at all. So I think that's what makes him fun to play, and I hope I get to play him again soon. we're waiting. So yeah, I mean, I know there was a trailer that dropped recently. So I think it's being done in Japan right now. I just don't know what the status on the dub is, but I can't imagine the dub not happening. So, but I'm excited for it to happen. Yeah, I like a new wave of like younger than millennials to discover Sosuke Sagara. Like,
you know, that panty thief that's not a panty thief, and the guy who has to protect it,
and the guy that thinks condoms are for carrying water in.
That's true. A great aspect about your acting is that you're able to speak quite fast. In the case of Bakano, which we've had a discussion about how you're able to do poetic speaking while flipping a wrench at 50 miles an hour. What's it like doing that and not tiring out your voice? We know that a lot of actors do a lot of different techniques and things. So how would you, when you're asked to do those roles, how do you take that on?
Graham Spector actually almost did wreck me for the day. Yeah, because it was like a 6-hour session, and it was just like there's no stopping. Yeah, and it was all top of my range, top of my volume, and like and fast. And then that night, I actually left that session. I had to drive back to Houston and go play Mark in Rent. I somehow had to find a voice to sing for 3 hours that night after working on that show at Funimation.
Fastest paced dialogue I've ever heard.
It was by that night after, like when we bowed for Rent, I had everything was gone. It was like my voice just was like, nope, screw you, dude. We're out. We're out. And I think my understudy had to go on the next day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was rough. It was tough. But like that's one of the performances in anime that I'm most proud of.
It was awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, like, and as a fan, I was like, I'm blown away first and foremost just because of the visuals that go with it.
Oh, it's a
and
show.
Right, and then your performance, I was like, I know this is just like these side stories at the end of like the main one, but like still like it was phenomenal. So thank you so much for putting all that time and effort in. And now knowing the backstory to that makes it even a better. I want to now go rewatch it again now.
Right. The sweet thing about that is like it's so. Like one of my rules has become don't read the comment section. It's just a general good life rule.
Yeah.
But there's an uploaded video of that section of the dub that's just Graham Spector, and the comments are like the nicest things I've ever seen written about a voice actor ever. This one person is like, dude, this person straight up deserves an Oscar, but I don't think they give those for anime. And I'm like, no, you're right, they don't. They don't.
One day we'll give you that little golden statue.
Right.
All right. So you're also a director, as we talked about, for several on-stage productions, most notably in musicals. How do you approach those compared to your voice acting?
That's a good question. I have a couple of staid rules for directing, and it's like it's what do I always tell people? Because I'm always like, this is like when I get preachy about directing. I'm like, tell the story. Good. Respect your space. And what's the other thing I say? God. Tell the story, respect your space. Oh, tell the story, respect your space, and adhere to the text.
Nice.
Unless it's an improvisational piece or a piece where they ask you to riff. But apart from that, like, if you really stick to the text as your path and your guide, and you're aware of the space you're playing in, and you're just trying to tell the story, if you're smart and even slightly artistically minded, you probably won't suck as a director. You may not be great or brilliant, but you'll at least be on the right path if you adhere to those three things, I think.
I mean, I used to do theater, so I understand what you're getting at. I used to be Grip.
Oh, right on.
So yeah, I used to build the sets and everything, so it was a lot of fun. Now, again, speaking of more of your awesome career, you turned to audiobooks at one point. So how did you handle those? I mean, we know, like you said, you did a 6-hour straight session that almost ruined you. With an audiobook, you can be in there for 12 hours doing a book. So how do you handle those?
Audiobooks are like, I call them like the marathon of the voiceover world. If like something like dubbing anime is sort of like sprinting, in audiobooks, you have to have so much control over your instrument. You have to there are so many variables. You've got to be so quiet when you record an audiobook. You have to stay constantly hydrated. You've got to stay fed because any stomach noise is picked up. It's not like recording for video games or animation or anime because it's just a dead quiet room and it's just your voice. So any extraneous noise is going to be picked up. But then you've got to have endurance. And I don't know. I'm at like my 125th audiobook, and I'm kind of getting to where, like, one of the reasons I'm moving to Los Angeles is so I won't have to work on audiobooks anymore. Because I'm a little done with it. I've won my like awards. I've gotten great reviews and all. That's lovely. And I actually have a genre of fans who listen to all my gay erotica audiobooks. They're all middle-aged women, by the way. I'm just saying, and all middle-aged women are the ones who write these books too. Like, do any gay people write this stuff? I mean, but I've narrated about 20 or 30 gay romance, gay mystery, and gay, we'll call it light erotica. Okay. It's nothing too prurient, but apart from that, the audiobooks are hard. They're hard work, lots of hard. So water, caffeine, and hopefully getting sleep. That's the best thing you can do. And prep work.
Yeah. Alrighty, and we know that you love roller coasters, and some of your favorites are across the country. So you said you came to Sandusky to ride on some of the stuff up there, the #1 capital for roller coasters in the world. So how is it coming and doing roller coasters now? Is like a fun thing to do?
Yeah, it was nice for once in my life to come to Ohio to do something that has nothing to do with anime. Like, because that's the only reason I've ever been to Ohio is con related. So yeah, my boyfriend and his family, they were like, "Why don't you come with us to Cedar Point?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, I will do that." And I was actually, this is a funny thing, maybe to hear from a roller coaster nerd, but I was literally afraid of Millennium Force.
It's a pretty.
And my boyfriend was like, he was like, "What's the deal?" And I'm like, "I'm afraid of that lift. Cause lift hills scare me. Like nothing else. Like drops, inversions, and airtime. I live for that. But lift hills make me really nervous." And I'm like, "This is a 315-foot lift hill with an L." And he goes, "Okay, when we get on, just hold my hand." And I'm like, "Okay." So like we literally left the station and started charging it, and I held his hand and I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. And I was like, "Okay, I'm good. I got this." And I just put my hands down, and we were to the top before I knew it. And then the rest of the ride was I grayed out on that first drop, and I didn't get my vision back until that big first camelback, and I was like, it was so wonderful. But Maverick is my favorite ride.
Ooh, wow.
Maverick is Maverick is beautiful. So good.
I say I don't go on a whole bunch, but I do enjoy Cedar Point when I go. So what did you think of the nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction? And what should the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame do for potentially getting doing nominees going forward?
First of all, they should induct Depeche Mode. It's like they've been nominated twice now. They're literally the reason alternative music exists today, basically. They should induct them. Also, they need to get rid of all the white men over 65 who are on the voting committee.
It's true.
Because there need to be a lot more women and people of color and bands in the new wave, that whole category, and all these. There's still these old men who are classic rockers, and that's all they think of. And I'm like,
rock and roll is a lot of different music.
Yeah, rock and roll is it's a wide spectrum. Yeah. So yeah, they need to bring more people into the vote, and I know they've been trying to do that recently, but they need to be bringing, like I know Questlove is one of the voters now, and there's younger people coming in. That just needs to keep happening. So, but I'm very happy about the Cars.
Yay!
Yeah.
Alrighty, so to finish things up here, how can fans keep up with you on the internet, via Twitter, Facebook, all that type of jazz?
They really want to. My Twitter is Chris D. Patton. My Facebook is my Facebook, whatever it is. But my favorite thing that I actually use a lot is Instagram, just because I'm sort of a photography nerd, and so my Instagram is Chris Patton again with underscores. I'm burping. There, okay. Which, by the way, in the dub for Umaru-chan, I'm actually credited as Stunt Belch. And in the video game Akiba's Beat, I'm the main character, but I'm also Brittany Karbowski's character's Belches. So yes, So there's that to be proud of.
All right, and two more things. What projects would you love fans to check out that's currently available? We know about the pesky NDA. And a final message you want to get to your fans that have just been so sweet for you for so many years.
I think really fans should check out the dub of Haikyuu. I'm really, really proud of it, and I'm just happy with the work I've done and the work other people, the passion people have put into it. Oh gosh, yeah, there's something I want to talk about so badly, but I literally emailed Zach at Funimation yesterday, and he's like, haha, no, you cannot talk about that. But it's gonna drop any week now, and I'm like, so I don't know what else to plug right now. I'm not sure, but watch Skip Beat. This is an anime that I recorded in LA, but I think it's like just now come out like about a month ago, right?
Yeah, Caitlin Glass worked on it.
Yeah, Taliesin Jaffe directed me in it, and he's a wonderful human. But to all the fans, thank you for being fans for so long. And if all you know me for is Greed from Fullmetal Alchemist, you're not a real fan. No, I don't mean that. I'm kidding. But if that's the only reason you know me, watch other stuff that I've done. Please watch other things. Please. And also ride roller coasters and read books. Oh my gosh. And don't sleep with people who don't read. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you go to hook up with somebody and you go to their house and there's no books, leave. Get out. Get out. Don't give stupid people privileges.
Alrighty, thanks Chris so much for hanging out with us. It's been wonderful, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.